The last video I filmed was back in November of 2019, and so much has happened. Well, for starters, this happened. Yes, that's right. Today I am 30 weeks pregnant, and I can hardly fit in this dress. We are expecting a little prince, and he's due in early September. Queen here. Welcome to my channel. So let's see what else has happened. Oh yes, we're also in a global pandemic, and people are afraid to leave their houses. And the government has also mandated shutdowns. People are getting sick, they're dying, they're also losing their jobs. They are afraid to go outside, so it's raised a lot of levels of anxiety and depression. Also, I'm seeing a lot of single-use plastics, and people are kind of putting the environment to the side to focus on ways that are safer for themselves. And that's completely understandable. However, some of these precautions don't make much sense. So I've been doing a bit of research, and we'll go through these things and break them down so that you can keep yourself safe, but also do something that is more sustainable. Okay, I do want to put a disclaimer in here to do your own research. Airplane. Do what's within your comfort zone. My comfort level is different than your comfort level. Don't just do anything because I said it. First, let's go over what Rona is. So I'm going to say Rona because if I say the other name, I could get demonetized for this. This Rona is sort of like a grease. So if it gets on a surface, it kind of stays there. This grease actually will only affect you if it gets in your mucous membranes. So your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. So be extremely careful with this area when you're touching surfaces, not to touch your face. You can protect your eyes with a face shield or some sunglasses, and you can also wear a face mask so that it'll prevent you from touching your nose or your mouth accidentally. A lot of us touch our face several times throughout the day without even realizing it. And if you have your mask on, this can prevent any moisture or particles. It'll keep it all within the mask. So that's why masks are so important. A lot of people are against the masks, but really if you look at this video where someone sneezes, you can see all of the particles just going and spraying all over the room. So if you go to the grocery store, you'll be picking up all sorts of items from the store, putting them in your cart, then hopefully reusing your reusable bags. Sometimes they don't let you use your own bags. So what you can do is if you can take the cart over to your car, you can then load everything into your own bags and put it in your car. If you can't do that, maybe you could put it on your shoulder and then say, hey, look, I'm going to bag my own things. So I won't touch you, I won't touch the surface. It'll actually be safer for me because you won't be touching the plastic bags or the paper bags and then giving it to me. This is mine. And when you get home, all of those items, you need to sanitize them. So you can do that simply with a rag and some rubbing alcohol. It can be 60 or 70% concentration, or you can use hydrogen peroxide. I know there's a lot of stores that have been running out of alcohol, so I would encourage you to use the hydrogen peroxide 3% concentration. And then you're just gonna pass it on every surface and then put it away. So then if someone is hungry and just wants to grab a quick snack, they're not going to be contaminating their hands and then putting it into their mouth. The other thing is that if you're out and about, you're sitting on public benches or you're rubbing against other people, you'll want to wash your clothes. When you're washing your clothes, you can just put them in the washer and the soap will do all of the sanitizing for you. and then you can leave it out to dry. It'll dry in the sunlight, and that'll kill any bacteria that there is. Or you can also throw it in the dryer, and the heat will also kill the bacteria, and you should be fine. And then I would wash my own hands before I grab all of those clothes, fold them, put away. And there's other things, like if you're in your house and there's light switches or door handles, doorknobs, cabinets, you'll want to frequently wash these just in case. You should feel safe at your home to, after washing your hands, to touch your face if you want to. Okay, now people worry about this Rona and they'll start putting bleach all over their house. This is not safe, especially because of the damage it's doing to your lungs. Your lungs are vital for you to survive this if you ever get it. So protect your lungs. Hydrogen peroxide is just as effective, and it will not hurt your lungs. Hey, if you're liking this video so far, give it a thumbs up. It'll help the algorithm so more people can see this video and be informed and less stressed. Another common question is, should I wear gloves? Okay, so again, let's say Rona is a grease. If you're touching grease with gloves on and you touch something else, that area will have grease on it, right? So what that's called is cross-contamination. When you have the chance, use either hand sanitizer or the warm water and soap method, you know, clean it real good and then rinse and dry. And that should be good enough. But if you have your gloves, then you're gonna have to wash your gloves. I'm talking about reusable gloves. And then also the other gloves are just adding to our landfill. Why do that? You could just have your bare hands and you can wash them, and it'll be more sustainable for you than having to wear gloves all the time. So what about restaurants? Well, just be careful if you're grabbing a glass that the waiter isn't using their hands to touch inside the glass or anything like that. Usually they don't. They touch this area, but how would you know, right? So grab your own cloth and keep it with you with some hydrogen peroxide. You can have a small bottle and just simply wipe the top of it and then let it dry, and it'll be clean and sanitary for you to drink from. And then also cutlery, same thing goes. If they're touching the top part of it, this could be contaminated, and if you put it into your mouth, you could get sick. So hopefully they're holding it only from the handle, but to keep yourself safe, again, you can keep your own cloth with some hydrogen peroxide, wipe it down, let it dry, and this will keep you safe. So if you live with others, share this video with them so that they can start to wipe things down as they enter the home as well, and that they're mindful of leaving their shoes by the door, washing their hands, and so that you can have a clean and sanitary space for you all to live in. I know it's hard with roommates because they go in and out, you don't know where they've been, but if you share this video with them, they may encourage them to leave their shoes at the door, wipe down surfaces that they would touch, wash their hands, and then also remove that clothing that they've been out there with, and that they can put that to wash. And that will create a safe space and living environment for you guys so that you don't have to worry so much about where you're touching and then if you're touching your face. Okay, I also want to say that if you've been locked up in your house since March, that is not healthy. You need to get out there and be doing things, and so hopefully this video helps you build up your confidence so that you can be well aware of how this Rona can spread and the grease can be washed away with some simple practices, so that you can continue living your life and doing the jobs that you need to do, or shaking the hands that you need to shake, but also being mindful of how this Rona can spread. So get out there and take advantage of what nature has to offer as well. If you're out and about in a beautiful prairie or on a hike or something like that out in the outdoors, that's a very safe space for you to be in. All right, I know this is a controversial issue. However, anything you put out there nowadays is going to stir up some sort of argument. Please share how you have been keeping safe during this pandemic. How are you practicing sustainability through this pandemic? I would love to hear your thoughts. Please comment down below. So take care of your mental health, take care of your body, and also take care of the environment you live in.